COVID-19 is still, we are still addressing COVID-19 because it is still impacting, well-being of our students. And as an educator, it is not, we go beyond academic. We're not only teaching them, instill knowledge to them, but we also need to take care of their well-being, right? So therefore, with that in mind, we, in order to support students' mental health and well-being during the pandemic, me and my team come up with a module, a blended teaching module for educators to teach those mental health knowledge and concepts using two approaches, which are salutogenic approach and positive psychology. Due to the fact that I only have 10 minutes to present, I could not explain what are those, but think about psychology. If you think about psychology, you will think about crazy people, right? But we are not like that. We want to flourish your mental health from normal to optimal. So that's so we are not using any medical approaches. We are only using positive things, right? So, So the present study is to, we have created actually the blended teaching module, and we would like to, can actually purchase it from Google Play. It is very cheap. I think, I don't know how much is that in, it's only like 20 something ringgit times 13, right? So feel free. But in order for you to use this book, you need to attend our training. So I need to teach you on how to use the intervention. We use a single M intervention pre and pilot study. Only 7 undergrad students from 2 universities took part in this pilot study, which are one from a private institution in Manila, Malaysia, and one of it is teaching institute, teaching institute in Sabah. So we conducted the pilot task, pilot study via virtual platform on 18th of February from 9 to 5 p.m. So the 3 speakers were me, Mr. Wafi, and Ms. Naseha. And these are the sections of the module. So we have triage, the story, assessment of health promoting salutary, which there are 3 of assessment or activities. All these are activities that need to engage with the students. So we also have a facilitator during each of the module. So pretty much, so the number 2, 3, and 4 are concept-based. So we instill some knowledge about mental health. But the section 5 is pretty much practical. Nasiha is a clinical psychologist. So she is in charge of the section 5. So we train them how to kind of practically help them to improve their mental health using all those salutogenic and positive psychology approach. So those are activities related to mindfulness, validations, and creating meaning and stuff. All right. So we use 3 mental health assessments to determine whether the mental health are improved, which are the DSS-21, IESR, and also PH-9. These 3 measures were being used by pretty much many of the publications during COVID-19. So very established mental health assessment during the pandemic. And also we included 3 general feedback questions to measure the effectiveness of our workshop on mental health. Unfortunately, the pilot test result was not good. Although the mental health the mean, is there any pointer? No, right? Okay. So although the mean are decreased, meaning to say the stress level, depression level, and also their anxiety level is decreased, unfortunately it was not significant. But the general feedbacks are very favorable. All of them think that their knowledge and also their understanding of mental health improved during COVID after the workshop, and they are able to apply those knowledge into their daily life. And of course, the rating, overall rating is 8.3 over 10. So, although it is not significant, but this is our initial pilot, and it was done virtually. So all of you might know that you are an educator, teaching online is not so effective, right? Same goes to the training. I think they are not really paying attention. So, although they are very engaging, but they cannot do it. Yeah, and then, one of it is because the activity is actually paper and pencil, but we changed the module into blended module. It's a blended module, therefore it can be done virtually or physically. I think it's good that if we can use a paper and pencil method so that they are able to benefited by the module, right? And then last but not least, although the t-test was not significant, but overall feedback is deemed good. So I think still there is something to be talked about. I think they're all able to grasp all the information, all the knowledge about mental health, and it's very practical to them. And lastly, we hope that we're going to do it again next month. This round is a physical workshop with my students. I'll be presenting about the actual study after next month. Hopefully it is a good result. Thank you. And then I would like to acknowledge Prof. Lei because he is, this research is actually part of his research project grant. This is the title of the research grant. This is just part of the output of that research grant. And